And here we are again. Today we're going to Balmora to deal with some business over there. Here's a red run, there red run. Should be easy peasy, right? Right. Oh, Miri's tagging along. No, no, no. Bye, Miri. Hi. If you saw me sending away Miri, Miri is a companion. She can tag along with you. She's a Donma too. And she really likes Clockwork City. Alright, Balmora. Let's look around. No Imperial spies, at least not that I know of. And this is a red run.
I can't believe they want us to go outside the house to find Veya.
I'm not outside the house, I'm a red run.
You look like the traveling sort.
Oh, well, that's true.
In your excursions, have you perchance come upon a young dark elf named Veya?
Nope.
She went missing a couple of weeks ago and her father desperately seeks any information regarding her whereabouts.
I don't think I've seen anyone named Veya.
That's a shame. Her father, Eris, the house councillor here in Balmora, promises that anyone who can find his daughter and return her safely to his side will be well rewarded.
How well. Can you provide me with any additional information?
You should speak to Councillor Eris. He's opened the kin house
he's
to
got
interview
nice
potential
earring.
recruits. Freelancers, as it were. If you're interested, go speak to the Councillor. The longer Veya remains missing, the more distressed Councillor Eris becomes.
I'll speak to Councillor Eris.
Councillor Eris can be found at the Redoran kin house, and do hurry. He's ever so troubled by our failure to locate young Veya.
It is a nice earring, after
If
all.
he finds that an outsider can succeed where the houseguard has failed, so be it.
You don't seem to like the idea of Councillor seeking help in this matter.
I have no issue with Councillor Eris seeking help. It's where he's decided to get that help that concerns me. House Redoran doesn't need outsiders to take care of its business. But who am I to question a house councillor?
I'm not an outsider. I'm Redrun. I'm not asking about my own house. Tell me what happens to Veya.
If I knew what happened to the councillor's daughter, I wouldn't be talking to you now, would I?
No need to be
As far as we
snippy.
can tell, she left of her own accord. There wasn't any foul play involved that we're aware of. Beyond that, you'd have to ask the councillor.
Who? Oh, I know who's Councillor Eris. I'm Redrun, right? Okay, let's say it's a new one, so I'll ask about that.
Councillor Eris Relith oversees Redoran operations in Balmora and the surrounding countryside. He's very influential, very powerful.
Well, councillors
Usually, the
are.
councillor doesn't allow his passions to get the better of him. But Veya is his daughter, after all.
Okay, let's get the buoyant armature and deal with...
House Talvani still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything?
But what about the pact?
House Telvanni stayed out of the pact. The wizards have no interest in mainland wars.
I mean, why doesn't the pact put a stop to it?
Would you like to tell the all-powerful mages to stop playing with their toys?
Might make you itchy forever or something. Or make you invisible. We didn't do that quest with the invisible guy in Morrowind, did we? Hello, who are you?
The Councillor has his priorities all out of sorts. The real threat lies to the south.
What threat are you talking about?
House Halalu encroaching on ancestral Redoran lands. Building settlements even. I saw this coming ever since we let Fort Firemoth go fallow. Let your guard down even a little and those Halalu scribs will snatch away all they can.
Let me get this straight. We are being attacked by Moloch Baal. We are at war with the Bretons and the High Elves and Wood Elves and the Khajiit and the Orcs and whatnot. And you think House Hlalo is the problem? Okay. Hello? Idrus Berelos? Let's read the book.
Honor and service.
Yes, honor and service, I agree. There's something. Honorable writs of execution. Council Eris Redran, as you requested, I prepared this primer due to recent events involving the ancient guild of assassins known as the Morrowind Tong. You wanted to know everything available about the guild and its members in order to make informed decisions concerning how to respond to current activities aimed at our great house. The guild personifies the darkest aspect of Dunmer life, celebrating murder in the name of Mephala. Surprisingly, the group was created to curb violence and prevent the always contentious house politics of Morrowind from escalating into full-scale war. Since such a war has yet to erupt, I suppose you could say that Morag Tong has thus far been a successful experiment. The Morrowind government sanctioned the Morag Tong long ago during the First Era, and to this day they continue to perform tacitly legal assassinations, utilizing a system of contracts known as honorable writs of execution under the established laws. No member of the Morag Tong can perform an execution without the writ detailing the exact target and purpose of the sanctioned murder. Maintaining an air of impartiality in regards of house politics, the Morag Tong carries itself with all the weight of a cherished and ancient institution. Members never act on their own accord and cannot take on missions of their own choosing. Instead, petitions for services are sent to the guild's Grandmaster for examination and consideration. If the petition is accepted, an honorable writ of execution is prepared and awarded to a Morag Tong member. From that point on, the contract's target is dead and just doesn't know it. Before long, the assassin makes contact and completes the deadly transaction. Unlike all the killers or even those crazed fanatics that belong to the Dark Brotherhood, yeah, they're not friends, are they? The Morag Tong assassins admit to their acts and proudly brandish the honorable writs of execution after each kill. These writs pardon a Tong member of any legal entanglements that may occur in the administration of the associated contract. Welcome to Morrowind, where you have a lot of reading. Indeed, by law, a Tong executioner must step forward and proclaim that the kill was performed legally and to the letter of the contract, thus absolving him or herself and averting any subsequent ramifications related to the act. The Tong claims to provide no safe harbor for criminals, so any member that does not comply comes under investigation and internal punishment. So, gets killed, I assume. The origins of the Morag Tong remain shrouded in legend and conjecture. All I have been able to ascertain for sure is that the group emerged during the bloody house conflicts of early Morrowind, establishing the writ system and rising to prominence by the end of the First Era. The guild reached the height... no, you can't join it in Essa, no. You can join the Dark Brotherhood, but Morrowind doesn't have its own thing. You deal with them, but yeah, you can't be a member. The guild reached the height of its power about 250 years ago, operating openly across Tamriel and attaining a reputation as unparalleled, reasonable, and honorable killers. The group became too sure of itself, too confident of its position. After a number of high-profile assassinations of... Oh dear, I'm not reading all this. They got in trouble. Asher will explain later. I'll read all the books. Book. Hello?
Yes? Is there something I can do for you, Outlander?
Outlander. Sergeant Valdres sent me. He said you needed help finding your daughter. You're going to meet Asher very, very soon.
My daughter has been gone too long, and the house guard can't seem to find a wall in the corner. But why should I trust you with this task?
Why not?
Tell me, Outlander, how can you succeed when my forces continue to fail time and time again?
I'm better than your forces. It seems your daughter knows your people and their tactics. She doesn't know me.
An interesting insight. Perhaps you can find my daughter. Veya can handle herself, but the father worries, you understand? Anyway, I agree with your assessment. That's why I'm willing to bring in outside help on this.
Tell me what happened.
Veya fled after a family disagreement. She's run away before, but I'm concerned that she might have something more permanent in mind this time, and more dangerous. Veya knows how to evade the house guard, but as you said, she doesn't know you.
Alright, I'll try to find your daughter.
Captain Briven oversees the house's attempt to locate my daughter. You should speak to him and see what his investigation has already turned up.
Yeah, his voice we probably heard in the last couple of weeks here or there. Where can I find Captain Briven?
He's probably patrolling the town square at this time of day. Briven's soldiers have been trying to get information out of Veya's friends. But those young men and women are almost as good at avoiding the house guard as my daughter.
You mentioned the family disagreements?
That is a private matter. If your investigation proves fruitful, and such matters become relevant, we can discuss the particulars then. But not before.
Maybe your wife would be willing to discuss that with me?
Like my daughter, my wife has a mind of her own. What the
Happens
two
to
of you
people who are
discuss
not
is your own
you.
affair. Just understand that I haven't employed you to solve my family's problems. I only need you to find my daughter.
Isn't finding your daughter your family problem? You mentioned Veya might be involved in something dangerous.
Veya has always been fascinated by the Morag Tong. Even admired one of their agents when she was growing up. It's possible she sought refuge with this agent, or even decided to join the organization. Though I hope I'm wrong about that.
Tell me more about Morag Tong, not like I just read your letter to you from someone.
The Morag Tong? They're an ancient guild of assassins sanctioned by the tribunal to carry out honorable writs of execution. Ostensibly, they're supposed to keep the houses from resorting to all-out war. But I still find the practice barbaric.
And the agent that Veya admires?
Someone of no consequence, and not at all important to accomplishing your mission. Besides, you don't find Morag Tong agents, they find you.
Yeah.
Just pray it's not because your name wound up on one of their writs. That is a death sentence.
Well, I don't cross any lines, so I should be safe.
May I help you?
I'm leaving, thank you. Okay. Go. Talk to Captain Brevin. Hello, Captain. Good Captain. Where is he? Yeah, I know you're looking for a girl, but I don't think you'll find her this way. Unless she's on the other side of the river.
Not now, Outlander. If you need some sort of assistance, go find one of the house guard.
You need assistance. Councillor Ares sent me to ask about the investigation to find his daughter.
You must be one of the freelancers the councillor employed to supplement the duties of the house guard.
Yeah, I must.
Very well. I'll tell you what I know. Veya ran away. Again. I hope you can succeed when my troops have failed. If anything happens to Veya...
Sounds like you have a personal stake in this.
I've known the Relith family since I was a child. Veya is like a sister to me, and I'll do everything in my power to get her home safe and sound. Even trust an Outlander. We think her friends may know where she is, but they keep eluding us.
Maybe her friends will be less suspicious if I approach them?
Perhaps. As long as you don't get too close. They've been running notes of late. I think it has something to do with Veya, but the runners keep evading my guards. Look for a group meeting on the other side of town, and see if you can follow the note.
I'll see if I can follow the note.
When you find Veya's friends, remember to keep your distance. You just want to spot the note carrier and follow him to whoever's receiving these messages. That's the key to locating Veya. If you can't do it, don't worry. The house can handle it.
So, the fully armored buoyant armiger will not raise any suspicions, right? Tell me more about Veya, Relith.
Veya's a born warrior. Hard-headed, stubborn, a real pain in the ass. She can fight like an angry netch, though. I keep trying to get her to join the militia, and she always turns me down.
Tell me about Veya's disagreement with her father.
That's not my tale to tell. If Councillor Ares or his wife won't speak of the troubles
We should
his
have asked
family
the
has had
wife.
to deal with in recent weeks, maybe you can ask Veya. If and when you find her.
Oh, I will. Tell me more about this note you want me to follow.
We started to notice groups of young dark elves gathering in out-of-the-way parts of the city. One of my guards saw them pass a note between them, but they split up and she lost them in the back alleys.
What do you think the note contains?
Could be a love poem or a recipe for Kwama cream cocktail. But we suspect it's the way Veya has been keeping tabs on what's been happening in the city. Look, it may amount to nothing, but the note could give us a lead on where to find Veya.
Okay. Yeah, I don't stand out, right? I don't stand out at all. All green. I'll take my Gua. I'm just a Gua herder. I'm not a buoyant armiger at all. Okay.
Get this letter to Drevis. It's important. Just don't let House Redoran get their hands on it.
Bidoo, bidoo, I'm not watching you. Bidoo, bidoo, bidoo. I'm not paying attention. Hello, person.
If you think you're being followed, find a place to hide. Good luck.
Bidoo, bidoo. Bidoo, bidoo. I'm just going the same direction. I'm not chasing you. Not. Oh.
I'll just keep advertising those.
Wait.
Spare a coin.
Okay, just up there. Ah, he's got the note. Okay. Oh, there's another one running. Trying to confuse me.
Let's drink to the ladies.
Okay, later. No, I'm chasing someone. You're buying. I'm just standing here. I'm not following you. No, no, no. Okay, she got in here. Or she got... I think she got in here, didn't she? Ah, shit, I lost her. No, I didn't.
Well done. This should help us determine what happened to Veya's brother.
Ooh. Hi there, Travis.
Hello, can I help you? Wait a moment. You're one of those hirelings House Redoran pays to harass us simple folk.
The green armor gave me
Look,
away, right?
all Veya wants to do is to find out what happened to her brother. Too bad the house doesn't seem to care a swit about any of that.
Councillor Aris just wants to find his daughter. Will the note you received help me accomplish that?
Veya wants nothing to do with the house or her father. Why can't any of you respect that? Even if I wanted to help, I haven't seen Veya since she snuck out of town. We communicate by notes, and this one isn't even about her.
What's the note about then?
Well, if you must know, it concerns Veya's brother. He was an officer in the House Guard before he vanished without a trace. We've been trying to help Veya find him.
Who are you delivering this information to if you aren't in contact with Veya?
A local tough. Goes by the name of Ashur. He delivers the letters. We usually meet him outside of town to the northeast. But good luck trying to get any information out of him. Ashur is not known for his conversational skills.
Remember, he's pretty, so... I can be very persuasive, and he's very pretty.
I think we're done here, don't you? I told you where to find Ashur. He's been passing our notes on to Veya. Just to the north and east, outside of town.
Yeah, I heard you the first time.
Or is this your way of offering to save me a trip, since you're headed his way?
How do you know Veya?
Balmora's not that big. Most of the sons and daughters of the house leaders and prominent merchants
Yeah,
know
Ashur
each
is
other.
both a cookie
Veya's
and a
one of
cocky.
us, and we'll do whatever it takes to help her find her brother.
You'll do anything for Veya?
Well, within reason. And Veya would do the same for us. That's why we're helping her. She really is a terrific person.
Tell me more about Veya's brother.
I'm not telling you anything, you Redoran lapdog.
I don't need... I'm just trying to help out here. What harm will telling me about Veya's brother possibly cause?
Sorry about that. I'm kind of on edge, if you hadn't noticed. Everyone knows Veya's brother. Or they did, before he disappeared. Ulran was an exemplary officer. Everything House Redoran could hope for. Veya won't rest until she learns the truth.
And that's why Veya ran away?
She ran away because her father refused to give her a straight answer. She suspects he was involved in Ulran's disappearance. Or that he at least knows more than he's willing to say. Is it any wonder Veya decided to take matters into her own hands?
But if he cares so much about his daughter, didn't he care about his son? Why have you been avoiding House Redoran's soldiers?
You think I'm just going to tell you all our secrets, Outlander?
Yeah?
Oh, that's not going to happen. I won't betray Veya.
Answer my question, I'll haul you off to the House Guard personally.
All right, all right. No need to get violent. Veya
That
doesn't want
uniform
her
comes
father to
handy.
find her until she's located her brother. So we help protect her. That's why we set up the runners. Let the Councilor's hounds chase us, while Veya looks for Ulran.
Councillor Eris secured my services to locate his daughter.
I'm sure Councillor Eris's intentions are good. He loves his daughter. Wants her back safe and sound. But what about what Veya wants? Her
fair
brother
enough.
home safe, her father's honesty, the house looking out for its people and not just its precious honor?
Okay, let's find that sunny spot. Where's the exit? Excuse me, old person. It's raining, unfortunately, but it's slightly sunny. Okay, there you go. That's his armor. And his squaw. If I get closer, no, I can't get closer. You can color it any colors you want. Just some bits are green because it's made of glass. That green glass of Morrowind. But it just looks very nice green. He's got some, I added some purple bits and some white bits. So yeah, green and dark purple. It's buoyant army jet armor. I need to fix my camera back. There is on the map, I think, what is that? More like Ma has buoyant army jet story. We'll be doing that too. Okay. Yeah, in his nosy. I need to find something to show it close up. Just like in his nosy. I mean, he's got black eyes, not red. Can't put him. Oh, maybe this will be more sunny. Ah, there you go. Good look. Pretty green boy. Okay, I need to fix camera again. Camera. There you go. Let's go and deal with another pretty boy. Oh, and now you will see Barbas. He appears here and there once in a while. I think we will see him. Or maybe not now. No, not now.
You killed one of my gang, Swit. No writ will protect you from us.
Feeling left out? I'm sure I can procure a writ for each of you.
Did you see his new bow? That must have cost him.
That's it! Kill the Morag! Heal me!
I'll just take my leave. No use getting my axes bloody again.
Oh yeah, I just save you. You're welcome. Okay. Hi there. Hold up, look.
We should throw dice for gold. Interested?
Alright, let's talk to Ashur.
I had that situation under control.
Yeah,
Just
so
needed them to make the first hostile move. Still, I cleaned enough blood off my axes for one day, so thanks for lending a hand.
I was told to meet you out here.
You were you?
Mm-hmm.
Was it Melissa? I told her I'd close out my tab after I completed another contract. That woman has the patience of an anxious Nyx. Well, tell her I'm good for it. I'll stop by and we can conclude our business cordially.
No, I'm here for Veya.
Veya? The new apprentice? Now why in oblivion do you care about Veya?
I'm trying to find her. Gosh, I love his voice.
Are you now? And why do you want to do that? Never mind, I don't really care. I was asked to pass along some notes, but I'm not really the messenger type. I suggest you talk to Veya's mentor. Last I heard, she had a job in the Western Ruins.
Well, for all of us lovers of Ashur, there is another quest in Elsewhere with him, which I plan to do once we finish Balmora. And he's returning this year in, what's going to be, in June. We get more Ashur. I'll look for Veya's mentor in the ruins to the west. We should be done with the whole Daedric War arc by then, so I'll go and do the more Morrowind that comes later this year.
Make sure you don't anger Veya's mentor, or even look at her the wrong way. She's grown surprisingly protective of that young
it's the
woman,
second
and if
time
she
he
thinks
returns.
You pose a danger. Besides, I'd hate to see you wind up on the wrong end of one of our writs.
Really? You care about me so much? Oh, look at that expression. Pretty sour. Why were those townsfolk trying to kill you?
You know, the usual buyer's remorse. I see a lot of that in my line of work. Turns out I had to kill a bad man who did bad things. The writ was legal and above board. Unfortunately, his brother didn't see it that way and was looking for revenge.
You some kind of an assassin? Oh, I'm an idiot. That was just explained what Morag tongue is, and now I just... What?
Oh, you make it sound so obscene. Still, that's pretty much an accurate description. But it's not like I work for the Dark Brotherhood or anything. I don't kill anyone without a sanctioned writ.
I don't think they
Keeps
do.
the great houses in line. It's a calling.
Calling. You're just doing your duty. I can understand that. Tell me more about Veya's mentor.
I'd rather not. She's particular about her secrets, and I don't want to get on a bad side.
Okay.
You should keep that in mind too if you plan to continue on this course.
I like living
Veya's
dangerously.
mentor usually sticks to the rules, but I wouldn't turn my back on her.
I hear you. It's not that small. Okay, he is. Okay. Okay. I never really noticed this. Small! Okay. He is small. Hey, too far. Let's put them together and see how that works. No, he's tiny! Oh my guys! We're kinda in his way. Oh, sure he's teeny tiny! Well, he makes up with his attitude for it.
He sang like a bird after I put one.
Oh my gosh, Ashuri's a baby. Baby tiny Dunma. Okay, I have to fix my camera again. And this, and this, and this, and this. Alrighty, let's go and find that mentor. Who's stickler to the rules, assassin. There we go. Oh, she's over there. Oh, that's a ride. Quite a few people doing the quest over here today.
Please, someone, we need help.
Sorry, I'm busy. Eyelids. Oh, Nixos. Where is she? Oh, Sota Orc, dying.
Leave me, Outlander. Let me die in the shame I've brought to Malakath. Defeated by a lone warrior. Malakath will laugh at our incompetence.
What happened to you?
An assassin. Probably a Morag tongue. She tracked our leader here. But she doesn't know. We set a trap inside the ruins. Oh.
She's just one woman! Get inside the ruins and stop her!
Pussies can't defeat one girl, but she's a Dunmer girl. So, yeah. Yeah. Oh. Painful. And he died.
Let the assassin come. I'm tired of running and she doesn't frighten me.
Yeah, alright, you wanker. Let the assassin come. So there's another player. Were you waiting for someone to kill things for you? Level 7 or something? There we go. Right, it's assassin.
Expected to find in a place like this. You're not a cultist.
No.
At least you sure aren't dressed like one. You're walking into a dangerous place, hero. You must be here for a reason.
I am for a reason. I came to find you, to ask you...
Questions? I don't have time for questions. I have a writ to complete. Look, I can't keep
Is
these
there
evil
time
cultists waiting. You want to
have to
talk?
complete it with?
Find me after I finish this job.
I'll find you. Okay, let's go. Why is this new person looking at me?
Come out, little assassin! Or is the Morag Tong too scared to meet the powerful snag face to face?
Sota Orc is threatening us a lot. Let's go face to face, voice to voice. Lob. Okay.
There she is. Surround her! Cut her apart!
Sota Orc is chatting.
Excuse me, hero. I have to see an orc about a writ.
Yeah, I know. I hear you. Him, actually. I have no idea who is in the Legends. I never played it, so... Probably not. I know that Deva's fear changed, so I don't think they stick to the same...
I didn't mean to interfere with House Tolvani's plans. I made a mistake.
A mistake? Well, that explains everything. I'll just let the Tolvani know. I'm sure Mage
Tolvani hired you.
Oh, that's a relief.
No, don't believe her.
You were going to kill me.
I am.
How can you kill someone that sounds like our... right, you don't worship the
My
tribunal.
leathers
Never
get
mind.
wet. And this is a new outfit, too. Ah, well. I suppose we ought to discuss
Sota
what you're
Orc.
doing here.
Now the questions?
You're obviously not one of the Malakath cultists, so I have one question. Why the tusk are you following me, and why shouldn't I just kill you and be done with it?
You don't have a writ on me.
That was 2 questions, and an orc curse, and a threat. It's been a long day.
That's not my problem. I'm looking for Councillor Eris's daughter, Veya.
Oh, that's not what I expected. But you can just turn
did you
around and
expect?
leave. You're not going to find her. Veya's going through a difficult time right now. And the last thing she needs is some house veteran lackey adding to her pain and confusion.
You nan, why are you insulting me? Her father just wants to find her and know that she's safe.
Really?
Really?
Is that what old man Eris told you?
Yes.
And did he tell you about Veya's brother? About how House Redwin exiled their favorite son?
That's why
No?
he refused to talk about it.
Think so.
Nasty.
Veya needs answers and I promise to help her. So walk away while you still can.
If you don't let me help, you'll have to deal with the others. They're hiring outsiders to find Veya. Like me, you know. And they may be not as nice.
Outsiders?
Or as
Is
handsome.
her father really that desperate? Look, tell Eris that Veya's safe and you'll see her soon. But no more outsiders. If my organization gets skittish, they'll return to the shadows and take Veya with them. We'll only deal with you.
Is all that really true? Will you set up a meeting with Veya?
Well, it's not exactly a lie. And I don't want things to get out of hand. I'll arrange a meeting, provided Veya agrees. You let Eris know she's safe. Get him to stop hiring freelancers before someone gets hurt. I'll send word when we're ready.
What was that between you and the Malakath cultists?
That was poetry in motion.
Was it?
Not only is my organization getting choice assignments again, but we're starting to recover some of our prestige. Specifically, these Malakath cultists interfered with House Telvanni, so they had to be dealt with.
Alright, the Telvanni couldn't magic them away? And the orc, Sota Orc you just killed?
Oh, him? No one special. just the leader of this particular band of mad cultists. His name was on the writ, so I had to end him. It's what I do, after all, and I do it so well.
Oh god, I'm a total idiot again. What organization are you talking about?
I suppose if you're in for a sliver, you might as well be in for the log. I'm with the Morag Tong, and what you witnessed was a legal murder.
And how I didn't guess
According
that
to my
is
writ, the
beyond
orc
me.
had to die. So, I killed him. Now, if you don't mind, I need to get back to Veya.
Especially since I just talked to her companion, comrade, I don't know, in the same organization. Why am I so stupid? Why do you care what happens to Veya?
Veya and I have a history. Her brother, too. They were good kids. Liked to watch me train. Now I feel responsible for her. When she came to me looking for help and asked to join the Morag Tong, who was I to refuse?
You let her join the Morag Tong?
That was her decision, not mine.
But you let her?
She's good with a blade
Not
and
decided
tracks like
for
a
her.
Lord Ranger.
You're an idiot
She's
too.
a natural at this,
We made
and
a
it gives
good
me
couple.
a chance to keep an eye on her. So now I'm her mentor and she's my apprentice. I wouldn't have it any other way.
Goodbye. Let's get out of here. Oh, sort out. Shouldn't have meddled. Should have gone into another mad scientist. You mad cultist. Alrighty. Oh, oops. Knock him down. There we go. Permanent. Knock him down. There's so many ogrims here. Is that some Malaka thing? Wow, where did you get this guy from? Okay. Where do we go? Back to Eris to tell him what we know. His daughter is an assassin, a mad scientist, that Sota orcs. All the fun. There we go.
Who drank the last of the meat?
Very dangerous in this swamp. All the lanes and the critters. Look at the round. Yeah, your daughter's safe. She's just, you know, among murderous people. But other than that, it's all fine. She just became a worshipper of Mephala, the spider they draw.
Anything I can do for you?
Hello, Counselor.
I'm surprised to see you back here.
Why?
But I'm also relieved. Does this mean you have news about my daughter?
Yo.
Is she safe? Is she ready to come home?
Nope. They're safe. She's joined the Morag Tong and they're arranging a meeting.
Veya? Join that cult of assassins?
Yup.
I was afraid she'd do something rash. But what was she thinking?
Nothing?
I don't see the Morag Tong as safe. But at least she's still alive. So I suppose that's something. When are we going to meet with my daughter?
Not us, just me. But tell me, what happened to Veya's brother?
She won't meet with me?
Nope.
No, I suppose she's
least
not
that's what
ready for
now
that
you
quite
said.
yet. As for Veya's brother, that was all the doing of the Redoran Council. I'm not allowed to discuss the details, but he's still alive, if that's what Veya is worried about.
Yeah, a trustworthy company of assassins. That's as safe as it gets. Narya said to call off the other freelancer or she'll take Veya and disappear.
Naryu's back in town?
No.
She's as stubborn as Veya. Very well.
Hmm,
No
you're
other
familiar with her.
outsiders. Although I can't dismiss the mercenaries that Captain Briven employs. House Redoran is my life, as is Veya.
Okay.
I'll do everything in my power to see her home safely.
Your daughter is safe among the assassins. Just let me handle this and I'll try to get her to meet with you.
As you say. No other outsiders. But there are rules, Outlander.
Okay, what
I
are
must
they?
do everything within reason to maintain the honor of House Redoran.
Absolutely, I'm ready
Here, your first payment. Soon, however, I'll expect more than just a verbal confirmation of Veya's safety.
Bring your hat finger? No, that wouldn't work, would it?
When next you see her, tell my daughter that I want to talk to her. Veya can set the terms, but I expect her to stop running away when things don't go her way.
I'm not killing anyone! Right now, at least. I'll convey the message, but I need to know exactly what you and Veya argued about. No more secrets, buddy.
Veya has always felt shackled by the rules of House Redoran, hobbled by the many duties and obligations it presses upon its subjects. After the situation involving her brother, she decided she wanted nothing more to do with the house, or with me.
So, what happened? Exactly. So your strict observance of rules and obligations caused this rift between you and your daughter.
That may be an oversimplification, but I suppose your statement is accurate. I walk a narrow path between House Counselor and loving father.
Pick one.
Unfortunately, the former often supersedes the latter.
Pick wrong one.
That's why I want to speak to Veya again.
I'll try to arrange a meeting as soon as I can. If she lets me. I don't want to steal. I want to read your letters, Sarah. Ooh, nice secrets. Okay. Find a way to contact Veya. Oh, hello, Ashore.
Well, look at that.
Look at
now
that.
You said I'd find you here, and damn it all if she wasn't right.
Hey, shorty.
Did I mention how much I hate being a messenger?
Not yet.
Makes me wish I had a writ so I could kill something. Anyway, Naryu wants to talk to you. Said you'd know what it was all about.
Alright, where do I need to go?
Here. This should explain everything, sort of. It's a map. We change locations every other day for security reasons, just in case it falls into the hands of House Redoran or someone else with an axe to grind with our organization.
Okay, I'm stupid again. What do I do with this?
Never had to use a map before. Amateurs.
That's not. I
This
had
one
it
leads to a
coming. I
key to one
deserved
of our
it. I
safe
know.
houses, and another map. The first map, it depicts a particular town, kind of like this one. Hint, hint. The rest, well, you'll have to figure that out on your own.
I think we established I'm an idiot, so I'm not sure it will help. I'll try to decipher the map.
Look, I know you're helping Councillor Eris, but if that map falls into House Redoran hands, I'll probably have to kill you. Nothing personal, mind you. We're already having a bit of trouble with the house, and we'd rather not make matters worse.
Do you always carry messengers for Naryuvirian?
What are you implying?
Nothing.
Can't a person do something nice to help out an ally every now and again? Oh, who am I kidding? I hate playing the messenger. Haven't you ever done something you hate because it was the right thing to do?
All the time.
Then you understand what I'm talking about. Being noble. Doing the honorable thing.
With a snark.
It can be a real pain in the arse, but a favor given becomes a favor returned. Eventually.
You're part of the Morrowind too, aren't you? Didn't we have that conversation? I'm really dim. Total sweat.
Well, look at you. You're a practical genius.
Again, I deserve
Look,
that snow.
Naryu seems to trust you, so I suppose I have to trust you too. But that's a powerful secret you've been given. Betray us, and you'll find my blade in your back. Unless Naryu kills you first.
You mentioned trouble with House Redoran.
The Morag Tong has the authority to accept and carry out writs of execution. We keep the great houses from engaging in all-out war, but they rarely appreciate the work we do on their behalf. House Redorin in particular wants to shut us down.
Well, being smitten is probably the only explanation why they have to tell me the same thing 17 times, because apparently I have a problem remembering. Why does House Redoran want to shut down the Morag Tong?
The other houses have used us to take Redorin down a peg or two of late. To be frank, for all their vaunted honor, the house cries foul whenever someone gets the better of them. Our status is tenuous enough without Redorin's constant harassment.
His status is tenuous?
As I understand it, the Morag Tong made mistakes in the past.
That was in that very long letter.
We had to lay low for more than a century. Now, we're taking select contracts, working to re-establish our reputation. It's not our fault most of them concern Redorin.
He's not as stupid as he pretends to be, or not caring. Do you always carry messages? Oh, I already asked this.
What are you implying?
Okay, I'm not implying anything. I'm not that stupid, I swear. Okay, no, I don't want a horsey. I want the map. Okay. Let's go. I actually know where that is, so I don't need to use it. Here we go! Oh, first I have to go and find another map. So that's not it. There's a boat. And here, and here, and here. Looks like this place. Oh. Broken crate. Another more map. Let's open the other one. Now we're going where I came from. Back and forth. Okay, I can close the map. Need it anymore. Loot everything useful first. And are you?
Sorry about all the subterfuge, but we can't be too careful when it comes to security around here.
I thought you were legal. Why are you hiding? In June, beginning of June is the new chapter. And we go into the Telvanni territory, so we're going to be Telvannied to the maximum extent. Can I meet with Veya now?
Don't be so eager, my darling. It reveals too much about your ultimate intentions. But yes, Veya would very much like to meet with you.
Oh no, the pizza horses are now ready.
And your connection to her father could
they
be
are
beneficial
from pre-order.
Once she knows she
and
can
you get them
trust you.
instantly as you pay for the new chapter. And how do I prove she can trust me?
Redorin records. House officials keep track of everything. Incidents, commendations, births and deaths, whether important or mundane, they detail it all in their registry. Veya believes the registry contains information about her brother Ulron.
She wants me to steal the House Redoran registry?
Don't sound so offended. You had to know your hands were going to get dirty eventually. You
no,
are
I'm
dealing
naive.
with assassins and politicians, after all. The local keeper of records, Lord Drono, is away, so security at his townhouse should be light.
Yeah, I have salami / biscuit pony. I called her fish biscuits, and my companion writes that's how she curses. Fish biscuits. The local keeper steal the registry from Lord Drono's townhouse. Got it. Ah, damn. I'm bad at sneaking. Let me get out and... No, it's not all year event. It's the new chapter in June. Mounts. Fish biscuits. We going now. Also, pet. I think those are domestic, flying. Gua, not Gua. Oh, see, I really named it Biscuit. You can see the name Biscuit. No, mommy and baby. 2 biscuits. Yeah, I already hoped that if it, you know, I had big hope. I tried not to get disappointed, but I hoped that it would be the Telvanni, so I set the monies aside for this purpose. So the moment I learned that it's all I wanted, I just shut up and take my money. Oh no, there's someone here. I hate that this chapter has so much hiding. Veteran Blade Master. Okay, she's not looking. Because I really dislike sneaking. It's difficult. Anyone here? Ah! Someone. Oh, there's another someone. Ugh. Ah, damn. Oh, I'm in so much trouble. I killed some guy. At least I take his money and... Yeah, this? Yeah, the baskets are to hide if you need to hide and not get caught. And I just got... Shoot! That's really a lot of bad luck. I'm walking right into these guys. It's that one standing here. Oh, crap. She can't see me there. Walk away! I don't want to kill another one. Ugh. Okay. I hope I have some red too. Okay, now uh-oh, am I blind or I don't have any? Damn. Okay, where's the Zabi? That's my bank.
Zabi? Deposit or withdrawal?
It's my bank from Blay. Withdrawal. Here. There we go. Let's take 11. And where are they? Where did I put them? Oh, here. I use 1. And my bounty disappears. Upstanding. Okay, Zabi, thank you for your services.
This one. Your thing's safer with a Zabi than in some stuffy vault.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. Bye, Zabi. Okay, where do I go now after committing crime and getting caught? This is a Zabi. She's an Alphic Khajiit and she's my banker. Oh, right, so I can go back here. Hi, Asho. What you eating?
What? Even assassins need to eat. Stop staring at me like that.
But you're so pretty. I love him so much. Hi, Naru. Oh, there's a kitty here somewhere in here.
Still alive, I see.
Yeah.
And since you're here, that means you weren't captured and hauled off to a Redoran dungeon. Good for you.
I got captured twice. I had to commit murder.
Does it contain any information about Veya's brother Ulran?
The book mentions that someone named Ulran was stripped of his rank and exiled.
Ulran was exiled?
That's what they told me
That
too.
can't be right. He's an exemplary officer and a good man. Plus, he's the son of a councillor. Why in oblivion would House Redoran banish one of their brightest stars?
Ah, that's what it says in the registry.
I can see that. There has to be more to the story, but I'm not sure how we get it. Still, you proved you could be trusted, and you admirably performed this task. So I suppose I should let you meet with Veya now.
Where's Veya?
There's an abandoned cave along the coast. It's in the swamp and smells like rot, which makes it the perfect place to hide. Veya's supposed to wait inside, but she's bored. I know she's been sneaking out. You'll find her in the cave or just outside.
I'll go to the swamp and talk to Veya.
Get to the swamp and find Veya.
I just
She's
said
eager
I
for
will.
any information about her brother, so she's really going to appreciate getting that registry. Just try not to be too charming when you meet her hero. She has enough distractions as it is.
Am I distracting you? This place looks comfortable. Why hide Veya out in a swamp?
Veya would face too many temptations here in Balmora. Friends, favorite places, familiar sights and sounds, not to mention the proximity to all things House Redoran. Even the most thick-headed house guard would eventually stumble over her.
Yeah, even Sotasil has Veya's hair. Well, thanks for trusting me with your secret hiding places.
Oh, don't thank me, hero. As long as you're useful and don't betray us, then we're engaged in a mutually beneficial arrangement. Cross us in any way, however, and you'll never see my blade before it plunges into your heart.
Oh, you talk dirty to me. Do you know Veya's brother well?
Well enough. Ulran and Veya used to sneak out to watch me train. I have a way with blades that fascinated them to no end. Eventually, our fondness developed between the three of us. And to think, I never even had a nick sound growing up.
And then you had 2 pet Redoran babies? Is that what you're saying? Does it being in the Morag town makes such relationships difficult?
It's not like personal relationships are against the rules.
No?
Though I suppose they are sort of frowned
Are you dating
upon.
anyone?
Anyway, my assignments always brought me back to Vardenfell, so we were able to keep in touch and visit even as they grew older.
And you don't think Ulran could do something terrible enough to warrant an exile?
Anything's possible, but the Ulran I know holds honor above all else.
Okay.
I can't believe he'd do something so dishonorable that the house leaders would demand his exile. We need to find out more about what happened.
Honor is in the eye of a beholder, turns out. Why does Veya keep sneaking out of the cave?
Veya's young, bored, and stubborn. That makes for a volatile combination. She wants fresh air and freedom. I can't blame her for that. I can blame her for assuming I'm not aware of her little excursions. I thought I trained her better than that.
Do you think she's in any danger?
Danger's a relative term, especially when you're dealing with relatives. Veya can make her own decisions. If she wants to risk getting caught by House Redoran, that's on her head, especially since she knows they've been searching that area.
You still eating your bread?
Nayu goes too easy on Veya. When my master trained me, her word was law, and the only acceptable response on my part was, as you command. But what do I know? Veya's not my apprentice.
I like the cryptic behind. Very tribunal thing. Satasu looks like a bride. He's ready to get married. Maybe he's a shy eater. Okay, where do we go? Over there. Oh, I remember that part of the quest when I started playing, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no idea how things worked. I didn't even complete leveling the character to the maximum level 50, and I could not defeat the kitty cats over there. And I got slaughtered several times. Can I... Oh, I already have this one. Oh, Hlalo Tombstone. Oh, hi, people.
And you're sure it's Veya? House Redoran isn't emptying its coffers so you can chase your own tails out here.
You pay the war claws well, because the war claws are the best there is. We have the kitten scent. It's just a matter of time before my warriors catch her.
Of course, Ferhara. Just make sure she doesn't get out of the swamp. I'll take my soldiers and guard the eastern paths, in case she eludes your warriors again.
It's in the swamp. I'm Brivin.
Ah, the Councillor's lackey.
I don't like
I
your choice of
understand you've made
words.
significant progress in your search for Veya. As a matter of fact, so have we. This whole ordeal will be over soon, and then you can be on your way, Outlander.
Over? What makes you say that?
My mercenaries have spotted Veya skulking about the northern portion of the swamp. Between my soldiers and Ferhara's war claws, the Councillor's daughter will soon be home safe and sound.
Who's the Ferhara's war claws?
Khajiit mercenaries of the highest order. For members of a lesser race, Ferhara's warriors are surprisingly effective. I employ them to bolster
They're
our
better
forces.
than you, apparently. They
Between
found
obligations to the Pact and other matters, House Redoran is spread thin of late.
What do you know about Olran's exile?
Veya's brother. It's a sad story. Killed one of his own soldiers to protect an Ashlander of all things. I think they were being too lenient when they simply exiled him. But that's how they treat the privileged few.
Veya's brother killed a Redoran soldier?
Ulran always had an unnatural attraction to the Ashlanders and their savage ways. He felt that an Ashlander life was worth more than a Redoran life. The Council didn't agree with his assessment. This will all be over as soon as Ferhara finds Veya.
Council Eris hired me to find his daughter, and that's what I plan to do.
As you say, Ferhara's war claws take their contract as seriously as you do, however. Get in their way, and I can't guarantee your safety.
I don't need your guarantees. I'll keep that in mind.
Ferhara assumes the Councillor's minions will not present a problem for the war claws.
Oh, I'm
Yes,
presenting a problem
Captain?
for you, Ferhara.
The Outlanders have been warned, Ferhara. I leave everything else to your discretion.
Alright, let's find Veya before the cats find her. Yeah, even swamps are pretty. Here's Droid, the water creature. Yeah.
Stupid war claws. Now I know how a mouse feels. By the three! You really shouldn't sneak up on a person like that.
Don't turn your back to
If
the
you're working with those
outside
mercenaries,
and
I
face
assure
to the
you,
rock.
you won't take me without a fight.
Oh, come on, chill. I'm working with Naryu. I have information concerning your brother.
Oh, right. Now you mentioned something about that. Look, I can't wait to hear what you learned, but the swamp is crawling with mercenaries. There's a cave to the northeast. We can talk there.
Lead on and I'll follow
Unfortunately,
you.
there's a mob of those beast people between here and the cave.
Ugh.
I was going to try and sneak past them, but every time I get too close, I think one of them catches my scent.
Yeah, the cats. Alright, I'll deal with the war claws. You get to the cave.
You're going to tackle that mob of fur and claws?
Mm-hmm.
I'm impressed.
Yeah.
Meet me at the cave when you're finished. I think we have a lot to talk about. Oh, and try not to get killed. I really want to know what you came all this way to tell me.
Yeah, when I was level 30 on my first character, they killed me, sorry. I'll see you in the cave shortly. Oh, she looks worried, look at her.
Meet me in the cave to the north when you finish with the mercenaries.
I can smell the dark elf kitten. Looks like we're the first ones here.
Smell dark elf kitten, huh?
I'm hurt!
And I couldn't survive this. And I also accidentally aggroed something else. And then when I finally successfully survived this, it turned out to be wave number 1. And the next wave killed me. Stop running. Don't run from me. Now it's not a big deal, but back then it was really, really difficult. That's why I'm against any increased difficulty of the overland. Sure, when you do trials and you have all gold and gear and all the bonuses, it's easy. But when you're level 30 and you barely know what you're doing because it's your first character, it's a dangerous place to be. Okay, let's talk. Do you like my biscuit pony?
What do you think of my luxurious accommodations?
Charming.
It's got dirt and rock, fungus and a poultry fire, all the comforts of home.
If you like it.
Anyway, you said you had information about my brother, Oran. What did you find out?
According to the House Redrun registry, your brother Oran was stripped of his rank and exiled.
No, that can't be right. Oran's honorable and noble. He's a model soldier. What could he have possibly done to warrant being banished?
According to Captain Breven, Oran killed one of his old soldiers to protect an Ashlander.
What? My brother has always been interested in the Ashlanders. Even showed them a kindness the rest of the house doesn't approve of. But for him to kill someone, especially one of his own soldiers, something terrible must have happened.
Any idea where we can find these Ashlanders? They may be able to tell us about the incident.
I know the tribe that Oran liked to help. Brought them supplies and such. He'd go and visit their camp whenever our father wasn't paying attention. Will you go with me to talk to them? Wait, someone's coming.
Get behind me.
She can handle herself just fine, hero. Veya, grab your things. It's time to go.
Go? Why? What's going on?
The Warclaws are marching toward this cave along with half the House Redwin soldiers in Balmora. We need to go now.
Damn it! They must have followed us. I'll get my stuff.
Get your stuff. Okay.
Dealing with an arrogant, impatient, overconfident young woman. Now I know how my mother must have felt.
Yeah, I was just about to say.
We need to move.
It's like
it won't take
in
those
the mirror,
damn cats long to find this place, not with their sense of smell.
What do you suggest?
The back tunnels. Better than heading out the front door and right into the main contingent of Redoran troops. Councillor Eris brought additional soldiers from town. He's intent on getting his daughter, and he may have the numbers to do it.
So, the back tunnels it is?
One more thing. The back tunnels wind their way through territory that House Redoran recently acquired. We may run into some resistance, but it shouldn't be as bad as what's waiting outside the front of the cave.
We'll just have to be careful then. We going? Everybody ready? Oh, so crowded here now. Malapi Cave back tunnels.
Does the ceiling look unstable to you?
Search everywhere. Captain Breven thinks the Councillor's kitten might try to escape through these tunnels.
Damn! Those cat bastards are harder to shake than a blind date.
Am I going the right way? Oh, who knows?
I can't get captured and taken back to my father. Not when I'm this close to finding my brother.
There don't seem to be any cats here. Someone was here before and killed them all. Well, that was extremely uneventful.
That must be the way out. I just hope there aren't any Redderans up there.
Where's everybody? Oh, there they are. Oh, okay, there's plenty of Redderans out there.
Oh no, we're surrounded! And that's my father! What's he doing here?
Sweep the caves. If you spot Veya, report back to me. She's not to be harmed.
I prefer that you don't harm the agents I hired either.
It's me.
There's no need for bloodshed.
Ooh, he cares.
Father ruins everything. I'm so close to finding my brother and he shows up to drag me back home. Well, I'm not going back without a fight.
I'll cause a distraction so you can get out of here.
You do that for me? Thanks, I guess.
Yes.
But what can you possibly do against all those soldiers? My father brought the whole damn army with him this time.
Your father hired me to find you and set up a meeting. I might as well give him a progress report.
Clever. Tell my father whatever he wants to hear. That might actually work. Afterward, meet me at the Ashlander camp to the south. My brother would often visit that particular tribe. It's as good a place as any to start.
Will you meet with your father after you find your brother?
Once I find Ulran and make sure he's alright, I'll meet with my father. But that meeting will be on my terms, not his. And tell him to call off his soldiers, or I might change my mind. That should buy us some time.
Okay. Hello, don't shoot! Don't shoot!
Stand down. These outlanders work for me.
How many of me are they? Outlanders, he said. Yo, man.
The captain reported that he had seen you in the area. There are also multiple reports that Veya has been spotted. Tell me, have you seen my daughter?
Yep.
I won't sleep well until she's home, safe and sound.
I thought we agreed you wouldn't use any other outsiders.
I also said that the captain has his own resources. The war claws report to Briven, not me.
And who does Briven report to?
We're all just trying to get my daughter home safely. Now, tell me what Veya's thinking.
Veya will meet with you, but on her own terms. All these soldiers have scared her away.
It was a gamble, I admit. An opportunity I couldn't let slip away. You won't make me feel guilty about trying to find my daughter. So, where and when will Veya meet with me?
Soon. She asked me to do one more thing, and then she'll be ready to meet with you.
Very well. We'll do this her way. Veya can be as stubborn as her mother sometimes. But tell my daughter that my patience won't last forever. Next time, I expect Veya to be with you. Or I might just let Captain Briven do this his way.
Yeah, he does care for her. Just, well, I'll let her know.
Do as I command, and let them pass.
There's Aldrin Way Shrine that I'll just go quickly and unlock. It's always good to have the way shrines unlocked. Oh, hello, Shilaku. No, you're not Shilaku. You're another one. Oh, you red exiles. That's why you're shooting me. Cowards. So if I shoot you back, you escape. I appeared harmless. You followed and attacked me. Cowards.
Well, there certainly aren't Ashlanders, not with those tails.
This is disturbing. I can't believe this. Why allow the Warclaws to run roughshod over the camp like this? What's House Redderin thinking? And what in the name of the three have they done with the Ashlanders?
You're sure this is an Ashlander camp?
My brother often visited this camp. Took me along a couple of times. It used to be such a vibrant place, so full of life. I know House Redoran wants to expand along the western coast, but I never expected they'd set the war claws loose like this.
Do you think your brother and the Ashlanders are still here?
If Ulran was here, he'd never stand for the war claws invading the camp. He told me the Ashlanders were the same as you and I.
Okay.
Different beliefs don't necessarily make people bad.
They would shoot
We
me
need
on
to
the
see
spot
if we can
though.
find out what happened here.
I'll look around and see what I can
I
find.
really want to help, but Naryu won't hear of it. We don't get our hands dirty unless there's a writ attached.
Oh, she mimics her
So
well,
fond
doesn't
of
she?
reminding me. We'll hang around and wait for you to find something before we move in.
Stay out of the way of the war claws and I'll find out where your brother is.
Veya, I don't think this is a good idea. We're trying to keep you out of House Redoran hands, remember?
You're not my parent, Naryu. I can take care of myself, even if the Mother of Blades doesn't think so.
Damn it, Veya! You know I hate that title.
Ooh, Mother of Blades.
I'll make sure Veya stays out of trouble. Just find whatever you can so we can get out of here before the war claws notice us.
Veya called you Mother of Blades. Care to elaborate?
She only calls me that to annoy me.
Okay,
It's an obscure
noted.
Morag Tong title given to ranking female agents when they take on apprentices. She's just lucky that as her mentor, I'm not allowed to kill her. You're not that lucky.
Well, Mother of Blades, you don't have a writ on me, so you can't kill me either. Bye, Mother of Blades! Okay, let's do some sneaky. There are some cats resting here and sleeping, and there's a note. To the warriors of Scrib Battalion. Oh, I love the name. Including soldiers of House Redoran and the mercenaries for Scrib Battalion's tasked with reclaiming the Kudanat mine and the surrounding countryside from the Ashlanders' squatters. What do you mean squatters? They're nomad people, leave them be. Ashlanders mistakenly believe that all land is free. They will resist our efforts to clear them from the specified sites. With this in mind, heed the following orders. Do not use force against the Ashlanders unless absolutely necessary. Peaceful transaction of territory is preferred, overtaking the area through violence. Allow the Ashlanders to leave the vicinity, provided they comply with Redoran law. If any Ashlanders resist, disarm the agitators, imprison them for the duration of the engagement. If force must be used, make sure it is applied swiftly and to maximum effect. Captain Briven. Briven is such an ass. Okay, we have some more stuff to find. Read, steal. There's a kitty cat over there. And here. And here. Okay. Quiet so they don't catch me. Anything here I need? No. I'm in the middle of that camp. Someone will spot me in a moment. Oh, that's inside, isn't it? Oh. Can you sit down? Down. Anyone patrolling the place? I need to get in here. I don't have invisibility, I don't. Bummer. Okay, walk away. Bye. Alrighty. I'm stuck on something. Oh, hello, Emerald.
If I can smell you, Outlander, then you can be certain the Warclaws have picked up your scent. Leave now, and maybe you'll escape with a little flesh still clinging to your bones.
What's going on here? I thought this was an Ashlander camp. You look very Ashlanderish in that attire.
House Redoran doesn't care. They marched in with their Warclaws and claimed the land. Anyone who tried to resist was imprisoned or sent to the mines. Me? I decided my life was more important than my tribe.
That's not very Ashlander of you, is it? So you decided to help House Redoran?
You can't be more disgusted with that prospect than I am, but at least I'm still alive.
And all I have to
What,
do is
you mean
direct them
everybody
to the
else
best
is not?
resources and show them where some of my people hide every now and then. A small price to pay.
Well, I'm looking for Olran. Do you know who that is?
Ulran? You'd think he was some kind of saint the way he walked in and handed out supplies. He came back after his house threw him out. Never said why they exiled him.
For your
The
supplies.
wise woman might know where to find him. They have her in one of the yurts.
Okay. Okay, I'm not looking. Let's find the wise woman. Anyone patrolling over here? No? Let's go quickly. Bantamboa. Hello? Kamishi.
If I'd realized how popular this camp was going to be with Outlanders, I would have moved the tribe ages ago. You don't appear to be one of the heretical invaders, but looks can be deceiving.
Which is a regular invader?
What do you
or
seek, stranger?
Regular heretic. I'm looking for Oran Morelle.
Ah, Ulran the Exile. He disgraced his family and lost his status, but remained true to his heart. Ulran is here. He tried to stand against the Redorans, just as they detained me within this yurt.
Where's Oran now?
I assume they dragged him off to the mine, along with most of the tribe who refused to let those tribunal dogs walk all over us. Or should I say tribunal cats in this instance? Be wary. The mine will be as protected as the camp, maybe even more so.
Tell me more about this mine.
It's a small hole in the ground,
I sure hope you
but it
have
served us
tissues
well until the
prepared for
Redorans
this,
and
what's
their
coming.
Warclaws arrived. Now they toss my people aside and lock the door. Warclaw Irgazar carries the key, but there is a spare in the supply yurt.
I'll get the key and locate.
Get the key to the mine from either the Warclaw's commander or the supply yurt, whichever suits your needs. Perhaps you'll find what you seek within Kudanot's depths.
Yeah, I will. Why didn't they send you to the mine with the rest of your people?
To keep the head and the body separate. As long as I'm here, I can't offer my people hope or advice. And I certainly can't compel them to rebel against these invaders.
I can help you escape.
I have no doubt. However, my place remains with my people, at least for now.
Yeah, she's so
the
brave.
Warclaws have treated me well
Contrary
so far.
to
They
the
believe
guy
I
in the
can
other
make their
yurt.
tails fall off if I so choose. Who am I to dissuade such creatures from their beliefs?
Okay, let's steal the thing. Okay, there is a kitty cat here in front of a tent, so we need to go back and then round and round and round. Anyone patrolling here? No. Should be safe. You two enjoy your fire. Take the key. Also take the fish and the poultry and the rabbit and the apples and the bread. What else can I take? Okay, that's all.
Do not let yesterday take up too much of today. Yes.
Ooh, because she wants sugar. Yeah, she's a wise woman and he's cowardly coward. Alright, I have a key, let's go in.
We're just going to burn them? Even the rhetoric?
The captain called them traitors and savages. Said the good roasting was more than they deserved.
Intruders!
Yeah,
Warclaws!
intruders.
Attack!
Okay, 2 cats down. There's a dead person here. And there's a lot more dead people here. Oh dear. And all of them are Shanders, judging by what they're wearing. Except this one.
Down here! Come on! Wait. What's that smell?
Dead
Veya,
bodies.
stay back. You don't need to see this.
What happened here?
What do you think happened here?
Oh gods! They murdered these poor Ashlanders! Oh no! Oran! Oran! Wake up, please! You can't be dead. You just can't!
Shoot. Even now he's very sad. And she's assassin.
Veya shouldn't have had to see this. Even I'm finding it hard to believe that the mercenaries would slaughter these Ashlanders for no reason. Not to mention the son of a house councillor. Doesn't make any sense.
If you tried to defend the Ashlanders...
I suppose anything could happen in the heat of the moment. But to kill a Redoran, even an exiled one, that's presumptuous even for the war clause. I wonder if Eris knows about this. I'm not sure how Veya's going to get her answers now.
I found this speaking stone on Oran's body.
I've seen these before. They use them in Eastmarch to record and send important messages. They're expensive and as rare as a sober Nord, but Oran was always attracted to the contrivances of other cultures. Shall we see what it has to say?
If you can shed light on what happened here, I say yes.
If you're listening to my voice, know that my time is short, and what I have to say is important.
Brother, is that you?
Everything that happened was a deliberate act to discredit me. I need to report the events so my sister can learn the truth about her brother.
Can you get out of here? Okay, let's see what he has to say. Veya's crying there.
You have to understand, I don't share my house's hatred and distrust of Ashlanders. So, during my normal patrol, when I heard that Ashlanders had come to Balmora and were causing trouble, I was dubious to say the least.
He probably just came and existed. That's it.
I arrived to find one of my soldiers arguing with the Ashlanders. He spat at them, called them savages. When one of the Ashlanders objected, my soldier drew his sword. Before I could intervene, my soldier's blade struck him down.
He's wearing Ashlander outfit, not Redrun.
I ordered the soldier to stand down, but he ignored me and stepped toward the second Ashlander. I killed my own soldier. I had to. Before I knew it, I was dragged before the Redoran Council and exiled. I never even got to say farewell to my sister. I believe I was set up for this fall, but I don't know by who. I came to this camp for shelter, but House Redoran's reach grows ever longer. Now Captain Briven's here. I'm going to talk to them, just in case I made this stone for my sister Veya.
Yeah, it's like they adopted him since he was kicked out from his home. They just gave him a new one. The message ends here.
Oran! Damn it! What am I supposed to do now?
Let's talk to Veya.
Oran's not supposed to be dead. That wasn't the way this was supposed to end. What am I gonna do now? Damn Oran for leaving me that damn message! And damn him for dying on me!
He actually was killed.
Gods, I miss my brother.
Sorry for your loss, Veya.
I still don't understand. Oran said someone set him up to fall. Who would do such a thing? And why would they do it? Oran never wanted to hurt anyone.
It sounds like your brother was a good man.
So that's why they exiled him? That's
you
why
at
they
me.
killed him? He was too damn good? That's the problem? We've got to find out who did all this. They won't get away with this. I won't allow it.
We'll find out who did this to him.
Oh, I'll find them all right. And when I do, they'll pay for what happened to Oran. I swear by Mafala's sacred web and the first blood my blade ever tasted, I'm going to avenge my brother.
I don't think you're allowed to do it without a writ, though. Your mother of blades will be very, very angry.
I agree with Ulran's assessment. Certainly sounds like someone led him into a situation guaranteed to make him fail. I can't believe he put this burden on Veya, though. What was Ulran thinking?
You don't think we should continue to investigate Ulran's death?
I didn't say that. I'm just not sure how to proceed. We're entering dangerous waters here, going up against House Redrin. And we don't even have a writ to protect us.
Yeah, this is awful. It's not the end of awful, so I really hope you have those tissues ready. Some more. So, what do we do next?
I'm going to take Veya and head back to our safe house in Balmora. They found our cave, but the abandoned basement is still secure. After that, I'm not sure. The Morag Tong has rules. If I break them, I'll have to deal with the consequences.
Tell me about the Morag Tong's rules.
We can't just kill with wild abandon. We follow a code. We only execute those whose names appear on sanctioned writs. If we kill respectable citizens without a writ, that's just murder.
Yeah.
So, without proof and a proper writ, my hands are tied.
That's how much your threats of killing me were worth. Thanks for telling me. I suppose I should let Councillor Ares know about his son.
You do that, but be careful. We're not sure who in the House Redrin is involved, and I'd rather not see you wind up like these poor Ashlanders.
Really?
Veya and I
You
still need your
care.
help to get to the bottom of all of this. We'll see you in Balmora, hero.
Alright. Let's go back. Let's see what Daddy has to say. Okay, I'm going to take a shortcut.
I can't believe Lord Vivek wouldn't see worshippers today.
He's a living god. I'm sure he was just busy. We should have waited longer.
I know, but we're not getting any younger.
We'll have a chance to see him again. Vivek City isn't that far away, you know.
And you can always take Silk Strider. Yeah, they're so caught up in the divisions, Ashlanders versus Great Houses, one Grey House against another Grey House, that people just suffer because those pretty much artificial divisions.
Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm here for the councillor, if you don't mind. Hi, buddy.
And so the Outlander returns.
Yeah, bad
as we
news.
discussed in the swamp. I expected you to return with Veya, or present me with a time and place for us to meet. Tell me, Outlander, which is it to be?
It was a complication.
Complication? What kind of complication? I ordered my soldiers to stand down and let you do things your way. But instead of results, you bring me excuses.
Your soldiers did not stand down. Your son is dead. He was killed during the House Redrun raid on the Ashlander camp.
No, that's not possible.
For me to bring his
My
body.
son was banished, ordered to leave Vardenfell and never return. Why would he disobey me and go to those savages?
I don't know. Who was the slaughtering murderer there? So, who's the savage? Veya was with me. She confirmed it was her brother, Ulran.
Veya was with you?
Yeah.
And you left her out there? By the
She's not
three,
free.
everything is unraveling no matter how hard I
didn't
try
mean
to
to
maintain
speak to
control. I need you to do something else for me, if you would, Outlander.
What else do you need me to do, Councillor? And are you going to yell at me when I complete it?
Tell my daughter I'm sorry. Tell her she needs to stay away until I can calm things down. I don't want to see anything happen to her. Promise me. And take this. Consider it payment for your efforts thus far.
I don't want a warclaw bow.
If you'll excuse me, I need some time to consider everything you've told me. Once I determine the best way to proceed, I'll contact you. In the meantime, make sure Veya stays away from Balmora and House Redoran.
So you know you are dangerous to your own daughter. Did you order the attack on the Ashlander camp?
It was never meant to be an attack.
Well,
I sent Captain Briven to clear land that already belonged to House Redoran.
Clear land.
The
How?
Ashlanders were given an opportunity to depart. The situation didn't have to turn violent.
I want to kick them out.
Damn savages should have just left.
I still disagree who's the savage here. You wanker. It was an Ashlander camp. How is that Redoran land?
House Redoran has been slowly expanding in that direction for years.
Oh, who cares?
We claimed that area almost a year ago, but we were forced to temporarily abandon it when a massive ash storm hit. Before we could return, the Ashlanders moved in.
Well, they're not pussies and they're not afraid of ash storms. Why not just let them use the land? They're nomads. They would have left eventually.
Redoran depends on that land for hunting and resources. The Ashlanders are like a plague of insects. They sweep into an area, take everything, and move on. We couldn't allow them to do that here. So I sent Captain Briven to convince them otherwise.
It sounds like I need to talk to Captain Briven. Where can I find him?
The captain serves House Redoran with honor and dedication. He's out doing his job.
Yeah.
If Briven had anything to do with my son's death, he would have reported it to me. He'd have no reason to keep such news from me and the other counselors.
Oron left behind a speaking stone. His last message indicated that he planned to talk to Briven.
I'll speak to Briven when he returns. But understand, the captain operated under my orders. He's an exemplary soldier and an upstanding member of the house. Like me, everything he does is for the betterment of House Redoran.
Oh, bullshit. Well, hello there, pretty face.
Outlander, over here.
Over here? Okay.
Now you told me what you found in the Ashlander mine. I can't imagine what Veya must be going through right now, but she shouldn't be alone. That's why I came looking for you.
Why me? Isn't Nari with her?
Nayu has responsibilities to tend to. Morag Tong responsibilities.
So, murder.
Understand? She left me to keep Veya company, but
So why
I'm not
aren't you
very
with her?
good at spouting words of comfort and solace.
Oh.
Unless I can kill something, I'm very good at that.
Oh, I don't doubt. So you want me to talk to Veya?
You do understand.
I'm not that stupid.
And now you implied you're as dense as the ash storms coming off Red Mountain. Good to know even the Mother of Blades can be wrong. Veya's upset, and not just about her brother. She wanted to go with Nayu.
Alright, I'll go talk to Veya.
One other thing. Nayu's job concerns House Redoran.
Uh-oh.
That's why she didn't want Veya to accompany her on this one.
Uh-oh.
Veya's grief-stricken, angry, and ready to lash out at anyone and anything. So keep your head low and try not to upset her.
Sounds like you had some experience getting on Veya's bad side.
I have experience getting on a lot of people's bad sides. Women, especially, find me exasperating. Irresistible, but exasperating. It's a gift.
Irresistible. What are you talking about? Oh. Why does Veya want to go with Naryu?
Something about who Nayu's target is. Thinks the target may know something about what happened to her brother. Look, I'm not even sure how Veya found out who Nayu's target is, and I don't want to know. Just go and talk to her, please.
Please? Any advice on how I should approach Veya? I assume not from behind, slowly, or she smacked me before looking.
Carefully.
Yeah.
And with your hands empty and clearly visible.
Gotcha.
She's in the safe house beneath Balmora. Or at least that's where I left her. But I didn't lock the door. So I suppose she could be anywhere by now.
Very
I
smart.
suggest you hurry and get down there.
And I'm the daft one, huh? Oh, you sweat. Exasperating. Irresistible. Sweat. Let's see if she's here.
Get out of here, Ashur. I don't need a nursemaid no matter what Nari might think.
I'm not Ashur. I'm hardly as cute.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, it's me.
Sorry about that.
Where are you? Oh, here. Okay, let's chat.
Did Ashur send you to check up on me?
Yeah.
I swear, the next person that treats me like a child is going to find my dagger in their stomach.
I actually don't blame you. They
I'm
do
not
behave
mad
like
at
you're 3
you.
years old.
I'm just annoyed at everybody right now.
Do you want me to leave?
No, I don't think so. It's just been difficult. Finding poor Ulran in the Ashlander camp. I need to be doing something. Sitting down here in the dark, hiding, that's not going to solve anything.
But Naryu told you to stay here.
I know, but Naryu's writ. It involves a Redoran councillor.
They thought you
Exactly the
didn't know.
opportunity I've been waiting for. The councillor knows who set up my brother. We need to talk to her before Naryu executes the writ. Do this for me, and I promise to stay here.
Alright, where can I find Naryu?
Well, Naryu wouldn't tell me any specifics, but she trained me well. It wasn't hard to sneak a glance at the writ before she took off. Her target's at Arenim Manor, out in the swamp. Not far from that smelly cave, actually.
I'll go to the Arenim Manor and I see if we can delay Naryu's kill long enough to learn anything.
I appreciate you agreeing to see what you can learn at Arenim Manor. My father used to say it was used by councillors as a retreat, but Mother always told me it was where they conducted business that required a certain degree of privacy.
Have you given any thought to your brother's message?
That's all I've been doing, thinking. And I think Ulran was right. I think someone wanted him out of the way, and they orchestrated the event with the Ashlanders to do it. Someone played my brother for a fool, and it cost him his life.
What can you tell me about Captain Briven?
Briven's as stubborn as my father when it comes to following the rules and regulations of House Redoran. Ulran and Briven were best friends, even if they argued from time to time.
What did Briven and Ulran argue about?
Politics, foreign relations, the Ashlanders. You name an issue, and Ulran and Briven were probably on opposite sides of the argument. It got to the point where I had to ignore both of them or they'd drive me insane.
I told your father what happened to Ulran.
You did? How did he take it?
Not
I mean,
well.
he didn't know that my brother was dead.
He didn't know, and he seemed as upset as you were over the news.
Really? I suppose that makes sense. I think he loves us, in his own way. But what else did he say? Did he know that Ulran had been banished?
He told Ulran to go to the mainland. He didn't expect him to turn to the Ashlanders for shelter.
He didn't expect... My father doesn't know his children as well as he thinks. Either of them. That's why I had to get away. Join the Morag Tong. At least Naryu understands me. Mostly.
Your father said you should avoid House Redoran until he can sort out what happened.
I can't agree to that. I need to figure out what happened to my brother, who was involved, and then I'm going to make them pay. Just you watch.
That's not a good idea. Going.
I expected you hours ago, hero. It's not polite to keep an assassin waiting.
Why did you expect me so long ago?
I was wondering how long it was going to take Veya to convince you to follow me. But she thought I didn't notice when she glanced at my writ, didn't she? Where is my overly curious apprentice, by the way?
Veya stayed in Balmora. She wants me to see what your target knows about Ulron's exile and murder.
I know Veya wants answers, but this is my job. There are rules, especially where the lords of the great houses are concerned. There might be a way to deal with this, though, provided you're willing to help.
What do you need me to do?
First, don't kill any Redrons.
Yeah.
That's a violation of my writ and could have serious consequences for both of us. Second, you sneak around and search for anything that pertains to Ulron's exile while I figure out how to deal with the Counselor.
Alright, I'll see where I can turn up.
We need to be invisible.
Ah.
These things work best when no one but the target knows we're there. If you get spotted, you're on your own. I even cough on anyone without a writ, and the Morag Tong will have my head.
I'm not Morag Tong. Do you often receive writs that call for the death of high-ranking house officials?
It's unusual, but not unheard of. True, most writs taken out against the houses target low to mid-ranking officials. The Grand Master is cautious when it comes to accepting such a high-profile writ. Apparently, though, this target has been very bad.
What did the Counselor do?
Councillor Dovera has been conspiring with House Drez to promote the slave trade and avoid scrutiny by Redrin and Pact officials. She played a dangerous but profitable game, and her coffers were overflowing. Until someone noticed.
What gave her away?
I'm not privy to the laborious investigations that took place. In cases like these, though, the target usually becomes complacent and lets her guard down. She made a mess. Now I get to clean it up, for the good of Dunmer society.
Why do you think Ulron was really exiled?
That's the question, isn't it? It nags at us the way the torchbug nags at the brave little scrib in those children's stories. Once we discover who Ulron's torchbug is, we'll have a clearer understanding of why they set him up and why he had to die.
You think Ulron's death was all part of the plan?
I'm not saying that. Accidents happen. But they certainly made sure Ulron was in the wrong place at the wrong time, both in Balmora and again in the Ashlander camp. In addition to whatever you can find here, we should also talk to Captain Briven.
You think Captain Briven's involved in all this?
Briven's name keeps coming up.
So do I.
At the very least, he was Ulron's best friend once. He might be able to shed some light on Ulron and what happened to cause his exile. And I really want to know what took place after Ulron left us that message.
Did you need to leave Veya behind?
Veya's my apprentice, and I'll decide when she's ready to take on a mission. She's been through a lot, and her actions reflect on me and my status in the Morag Tong.
The smother of blades.
She may not appreciate it right now, but I'm trying to keep the both of us on track.
So you're accountable for Veya's actions?
That's how it works.
Oh.
Her actions are my actions. Veya goes out and executes 3 writs. I share the credit and get praised for training my apprentice.
Nice.
On the other hand, if she kills someone without a writ, the Morag Tong takes both our heads.
That's nice. Morag Tong rules are that stringent? Stringent?
They have to be.
Stringent?
My order came this close to being eliminated. It's only recently that we've started to make a comeback, and only in Dunmer territory. If we can't control the actions of our members, we'll be hunted down and destroyed for sure.
Okay, the sneaking part. I really, really don't like sneaking. I'm bad at this. Some Redrun might die in making of this screen. There's one walking around. But there's plenty more here. Yeah, sometimes I'm just screw this. I'm killing you all. And the slaughter commences. I just picked up some writs from my Oh, I was already found out.
What are you doing? You can't just go around killing Redrin soldiers.
He started
My reputation's
it!
on the line here.
That's not my problem. I'm not Morrowind, Tom.
This looks promising. Might even lead to the wine cellars. I could use a good bottle of wine.
Yeah, we couldn't. Yeah, there's one walking back and forth here. Oh, stopped. Yeah. No. Oh, this is going to take forever. Where are you going? Toward here, not toward there. Ah, shoot. Another one. If this one returns. Oh, damn. You can see me here. Can you please walk away? Like this, thank you. My biscuit pony. It's not a problem, is it? It was always here. Or somebody's dead.
I don't have to explain something I never said.
I think somebody didn't want to sneak. Where's the one that is walking here? Oh. Don't mind the pony. It's just a pony. Not pie. No, nothing, anything. Let's hope he doesn't spot me here. Oh shit, there's another one. Okay. It's the people here I need to avoid. No. Take some ladder and go up.
See what you can find pertaining to Uran. I've got a dagger and a writ with Councillor Dolvara's name on them.
It looks like some player didn't bother with sneaking. Well, thank you, player.
If we don't find anything,
time to read.
Maybe we can ask for an invitation to the upcoming council meeting. I'm sure they'd be happy to answer our questions. So House Redoran issued an advisory against the Morag Tong? Fat lot of good that's going to do the councillor.
Did we go up? Anybody here? Yeah. No, we don't have anything for detecting. You just have to use your good old eyes.
Damn the luck. I was hoping for a quick stab and go, but it seems the councillor might actually know something about
There's
Uran.
only a spell for detecting invisible people.
So Councillor Dolvara does know something about Veya's brother. Damn it all. Now I suppose you want to actually talk to her before I execute the walking pile of pond scum.
If this is the last thing she's going to do in her life, then what's the difference if I talk to her or not? Now we need to find out what she knows about Uran.
Of course we do. I specifically waited for you to arrive because I figured that would be the case.
Okay.
Still doesn't mean I'm happy about blurring the line between helping Veya and performing my duty as a Morag Tong.
You're just performing the duty. I'm helping Veya, okay? Does it make you feel better? What do you think about the order information we found?
We discovered that the next meeting of the High Council will take place at the consulate outside Balmra. The war clause and the Ashlander abuse aren't completely sanctioned by the House, and Dolvara was present when Ulran was exiled. Not a bad haul.
And all that all means?
That means we have to get Dolvra to spill her guts before I spill her guts.
Gotcha.
Just keep your wits about you, hero. Dolvra wields her feminine charms the way I wield my daggers. Don't let her seduce you into doing something stupid before I end her.
Like what? Defend her from you?
Be quick with your questions, hero. When I slip in, so do my daggers.
Ah, you must be here about those pesky patrol schedules. After all that clandestine correspondence, it's a pleasure to finally meet you in person.
Is it?
Now, come closer so we can celebrate our partnership in a proper fashion. Well, look at you.
I'm cute, anyway.
I'm impressed. The last person House Drez sent over was so much more scruffy. I have a meeting with House Halalu shortly, but I think I can spare a few more moments for you to seal our partnership, you understand?
I'd love to spend some time with you. First, why don't you tell me about Ulran Releth?
The noble's banished son? Why does House Drez care about that? Never mind. Anything so we can get to the good stuff.
Good stuff.
Ulron was tested and found wanting. Chose the life of a savage over his own soldier. We stripped him of his rank and exiled him.
Who tested Ulran? And who killed him?
Ulron's dead? I hadn't heard. As to who was behind the test of Ulron's loyalty, what does that matter? He failed and paid the price for his poor choices. What does all this have to do with our arrangement?
Oh, nothing. I was just curious. Now, weren't we about to get to know each other a little better?
You aren't clever enough or pretty enough to avoid what's about to happen, Dolvra.
Yeah, she is pretty
What's the meaning of this? Who are you people?
I'm a Morag Tong with a writ that says you are a criminal and a traitor. That means I get to end your miserable existence.
She pokes her shoulder.
Take another look around, hero, and see if you can find anything else related to Ulran.
Exotic oils? Why am I taking exotic oils?
Alakir massage oils? Fancy. But that has nothing to do with Ulran.
Hlaluleta. Your efforts on behalf of Hlalu excite me to no end. Okay, she's working with the Hlalu.
More proof that Dolvra was in bed with both House Halalu and House Drez.
She likes being in bed with someone, clearly. Council Dolvra, thanks for your impressive recommendation. And wait. When sent previously under command, in order to provide them a chance to start fresh under the new regime. Only the Telem squad remains intact. Okay. Briven is
That's
involved.
Captain Briven's seal.
Yep.
I suppose our evil counselor courted favor wherever she could find it. The good Captain Briven appears to be more involved in Ulron's fate than I had imagined. He never struck me as the type to use murder and deceit to get ahead, but that's the problem with greed. It causes decent people to make stupid choices.
It sounds like the captain is spreading Ulran's soldier to the four winds to make a fresh start.
Or he's trying to hide something. The letter mentioned an intact squad sent to scout the old fort. You need to get out there and see what those soldiers know before Briven gives them new orders and they disappear.
Shall I let Veya know what we discovered first?
If you can slip into town, sure. Veya should be told. But you didn't take my advice. You killed veteran soldiers. That's your trouble to deal with.
Oh, right.
I need to present my completed writ, so I'll catch up with you and Veya later.
I'll go talk to Veya. I have a bit of boo-boo here. Let's clear the boo-boo. Where are the... There we go. What an edict. What do you mean? I have no crime on my account. Let's take a shortcut so I don't have to sneak back out of here.
What do you want?
I don't want anything. I'm just passing by.
House Telvanni still keeps slaves?
How else do those lazy mages accomplish anything?
But what about the pact?
House Telvanni stayed out of the pact. The wizards have no...
Hi, girl.
Back again?
Mm-hmm.
Took your sweet time. You didn't learn
Sorry.
anything, did you?
I did.
Not that it matters. Olran's dead and nothing can change that.
We know where to find the soldiers who were with Olran on the day of the incident.
What good is that going to do? They won't speak to us. House before family and all that. Believe me, I'm more than familiar with Redarin honor.
Still,
I suppose I know a few ways to get people to talk.
I don't think you should leave the safe house until Naryu gets back.
More rules. I thought we were beyond those kinds of limitations.
I don't think so.
I need to figure out who's responsible for Oren's death. House councillors, Redarin soldiers, Ashlanders, whoever it is, they need to pay.
Then maybe you shouldn't know. We also discovered that Captain Briven might have had a role in Oren's troubles.
Briven was Oren's best friend. Would he really betray my brother? Regardless, I want you to have this. You could have handed me to my father and you didn't. Other than Naryu and Asher, you might be the only friend I have left. So which soldiers are we talking about? I know most of the people my brother used to work with. Eyewitnesses are better than notes in the house registry, provided I can actually get them to talk to me.
Batola Talem's squad. They're scouting the old fort, but I really think we should wait for Naryu.
There's no time to waste. That fort's near the cave where I was hiding. Last time I was there, the fort was crawling with cultists. We need to find them before Vatala and his soldiers wind up sacrificed to some Daedric prince.
By being in Morrowind Tong, you worship a Daedric prince. What's the difference? A few more moments.
We'll get Vatala and his soldiers killed. I know the process. Turning in a writ can take hours, maybe even an entire day. I'll leave Naryu a note. She can meet us at the fort.
She'll be furious.
I'm going. Either come with me or get out of my way.
Alright, I'll help you find the Redarin soldiers.
Let me gather my gear and write a note for Naryu. I'll meet you near the Hlormaran stronghold. The more I think about it, the more convinced I am that we'll learn who's responsible for Oren's death soon. Then blood will flow.
Blood will flow. Don't you need a writ to kill someone?
As far as I'm concerned, rules got my brother killed. They don't apply to me anymore. Besides, to find the soldiers, we're probably going to have to carve a path through those cultists. The Morag Tong won't care about that.
I don't know. I thought Naryu was responsible for your actions.
That's what the handbook says.
Yeah.
Look, I know what Naryu's done for me. To keep me safe, I appreciate that. But this is about what they did to my brother. Nothing else matters. Not Naryu, not you, and certainly not me.
Yeah, but you get Naryu in trouble when you do whatever he wants to do. That's just not okay. Don't force me to choose between you and Naryu.
No, never. You and Naryu aren't my enemies. I just need to get justice for Olran. Otherwise his death will be the first of many. We have to be able to resist laws that make no sense or get people hurt, without being afraid of getting exiled.
Do you know Vatala Talem?
I know Vatala. He's a typical Redarin soldier, loyal to a fault, always spouting nonsense about house and honor above all. He was devoted to my brother, though. Olran considered him to be one of his best.
Why didn't Vatala stand up for Olran at his trial?
Olran had a habit of putting the needs of others ahead of his own. He probably told
opposite
Vatala
of
and
you,
his
huh?
soldiers to remain quiet. Decided to take responsibility and save them any heartache. I hope these soldiers remember that when we find them.
Yeah, and you will get everybody in trouble to get what you want. Okay, let's loot some. Okay, there's still plenty to go. So, and my Khajiit, as you could hear probably, is hungry. So we'll stop here for today. And we'll see what's going on over there next week. Still, bring tissues. They might be needed. Thank you for stopping by. And see you next week.